So it's come to my attention that for some reason people hate Blake Lively, and I'm sitting here like, wait, didn't everyone used to love her? Like, weren't her and Ryan Reynolds the married couple that everyone loved? And when I say everyone, I mean, you know, people who look like this. So someone I know is telling me, like, yeah, people hate her now, and it's all dumb, and I'm all, why do people hate Blake Lively all of a sudden? And then she told me, and all this has taught me is that being a celebrity who is loved by that many people is a fucking nightmare, and if that were me, I'd be doing the same shit she does for the lulz. And now I'm convinced Blake Lively not only did no wrong, I'm pro everything she's ever done that has ever gotten her backlash. Because Blake Lively is fucking based. Everything I'm reading about this woman is fucking hilarious. Before looking into this, I'd only seen her in a couple movies. I thought she was a pretty good actress in them, and aside from that, I knew she was married to Ryan Reynolds. That was the extent of my knowledge of this person. What's her most famous thing? Gossip Girl? Never watched it. So why do people hate her? Where should I start? Her and Ryan Reynolds got married on a plantation, right? I mean, this plantation was a wedding venue. I'm gonna guess they weren't Googling top 10 places to get married where there used to be slaves. I also tried to do research and find out if they used actual slaves in the wedding, just in case. But to my surprise, slavery in the United States ended in 1865. I can't imagine a couple this famous got away with illegally using slaves in a wedding that received this much publicity, so I'm not sure why they received so much hate. Oh, and I'm not sure which building they got married in, but the main one on the property wasn't even built until 1936. So they probably spent most of their wedding in a building where slavery hadn't even occurred. Ryan issued an apology that is hilarious when you read it, because you can tell he only wrote it because his PR guy said, "You'll never work in this town again if you don't." You can tell it was farted out because the guy doesn't want to lose his career, and you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. But I want you to know, Ryan, that I know that I know that you didn't owe them an apology, and that you didn't mean it, dog. Respect. And homegirl Blake, she didn't apologize at all. Extra respect. Oh, and if you're that angry that a building where there used to be slavery was repurposed into something else, just wait until I tell you the entire history of the United States. Okay, what's next? Well, there's a lot of crazy shit surrounding the film This Ends With Us, and for the purposes of the thesis of this video, I kinda have to skip over the legal stuff between Blake and Justin Baldoni. I skimmed over the info on it, and I have no way of telling who's right or wrong. I wasn't on set when any of this shit was happening. Also, it's boring. However, I can absolutely talk about how Blake Lively promoted the film. For those of you who don't know, It Ends With Us is a movie about domestic abuse. Our based goddess, Blake, caught a bunch of shit for promoting the movie a certain way. And by a certain way, I mean she used it as an advantageous way to sell her hair care line, alcohol line, and overall promoting the film in an upbeat manner. Could you imagine not knowing what this movie is about and going to watch it thinking it's going to be some rom-com? That would be fucking awesome. And that's fucking hilarious. Whether she's just tone deaf or doing it on purpose because she didn't like Justin Baldoni and was setting out to ruin his movie on purpose, like, yeah, why not promote your side hustles when your spotlight spikes? People seem to have gotten it in their heads that the actress Blake Lively owes survivors of domestic abuse something. She doesn't. Blake Lively plays a character who is a survivor of domestic abuse. And when loser soccer moms the world over began to look at Blake, the actress, as a paradigm of survival in the face of abuse, did she deliver on their expectations? No, of course not. She's a fucking actress. She didn't write the movie. She didn't write the book. It's not about her life. For God's sake, she's married to Ryan Reynolds. She's probably never been slapped around by a guy once in her entire life. She took a job, then made the most of it. You want a hero? Go look up real survivors of that shit. They exist. Some of them have YouTube channels. Go support them. The irony is that It Ends With Us isn't a good movie. There are certain things I do like about it, like Blake Lively's performance is unironically really good, but the writing is really, really bad. The way the plot unfolds is stupid. The movie's B romance plot is a lot more interesting than its A romance plot. Way too much just falls into place perfectly. Like, oh, I can leave my abusive husband because my good-looking boyfriend from high school who understands what I'm going through is just waiting in the wings for me. Domestic abuse isn't even as massive a part of the movie as you would think until the second half of the movie. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. Parts of it are very laughably bad, and a few parts are genuinely good. But overall, It takes domestic abuse only a little bit more seriously than Blake did when she promoted it. For God's sake, her name in the movie is Lily Blossom Bloom, and she owns a flower shop. What? If you want to watch a great movie about domestic abuse, go watch Dolores Claiborne. That movie fucks. But now we get to my favorite topic regarding Blake Lively. Her interviews. This is the reason I made this video. Blake Lively's interviews and interactions with people are comedy fucking gold. There was this one video I watched called Blake Lively Being a Bully that really captures the essence of why Blake Lively is one of the funniest people on earth right now. It's stated in the beginning of the video that she likes to joke casually at the implication of something significant. In other words, she's literally me. This video is one of the funniest things I've seen recently, and it's totally not supposed to be. It's obviously framed to show that Blake Lively is mean and rude, and all I got from this movie was that Blake Lively is a natural comedian.
Hi to Stephanie, it's my girlfriend.
Hi, Stephanie.
Thank you
You
so
should
much.
leave him.
If someone understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you, what's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
Like asking for like my address or my phone number or like my location share. Or I could just location share you and
But nothing compares to the interview she gave to Kirsty Flaa, who she offhandedly kinda called fat once. Which, by itself, is funny whether she meant to or not. Even if it was rude or mean or unwarranted, the clip is funny.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
congrats on your little bump.
The interviewer congratulated her on her bump because she was pregnant, and then Blake congratulated her on hers, and she wasn't pregnant. That's fucking funny. Is it a punishment befitting any kind of crime? No. But it's funny. And there was so much outrage over this that you'd think that all the world's women had their periods synced up. It truly is amazing how 2 lines of dialogue can change an entire person's life. The person I'm talking about is, of course, Kirsty Flaa, the woman who Blake Lively insulted in the interview. And when I say change, I mean for the better. Kirsty Flaa posted the interview, which took place in 2016, only last year, amid all of the movie drama. Her plan worked. It got nearly 7 million views, and since that moment, Blake Lively has become this woman's entire personality. Look at her fucking channel. She is obsessed with Blake Lively, a woman she met once who insulted her. This is the power based Queen Blake has over losers. She insults someone in an interview, and that person spends the rest of her life obsessing over her. Go on this woman's YouTube channel. She posts at least 1 video a day between 10 and 30 minutes long. Just fucking look at this. This is disturbing. And for that interview going viral, helped I'm sure by the fact that her channel has the only version of it I could find, she still only has 230,000 subscribers. Don't get me wrong, that would be a lot for me, but it's not a lot for someone who made a video that got 7 million views. Especially when so many people took Kirsty's side. Which begs the question, how many subscribers did this chick have before Blake insulted her? 10K tops? Listen, Kirsty, I'm gonna tell the internet your big secret. Your connection to Blake Lively is the exact same as Dick Masterson's connection to Maddox. It's okay, I know you don't know who those people are, but bear with me. You can call her a piece of shit, you can insult her, make fun of her, tell the world that she's garbage. But at the end of the day, we both know that without her, you'd be a fucking nothing. The only reason you have content is because of this person you claim is your enemy. Blake Lively calling you fat was the coolest thing that ever happened to you in your entire life. All of these moments combined have a story to tell that no one seems to be telling. Here's the easy version of that story. Blake Lively has Asperger's. But there's another story here, one that interests me even more, that I think is bubbling just beneath the surface. I'm convinced that Blake Lively secretly resents her fame. Or, I guess not so secretly. Somewhere along the line, Blake had become very popular leading up to the It Ends With Us controversy. She became one of those actors who, for whatever reason, became just insanely popular in a general kind of way, especially among women. She became one of those chicks you see on the cover of every magazine in the checkout line at the grocery store. And her husband became the same thing. But all of these interviews and little moments with fans combine to tell the story of the person on the inside. And what I see the most is disdain. And if I were her, I'd probably feel the same way. Don't get me wrong, her and Ryan Reynolds enjoy the benefits of being famous. They get to sell products they launched like alcohol, clothing, a phone company. It gives them a platform most people would kill for. But the downside of being this person to so many people is that many of them worship every turd that has ever slid out of your ass. And I wouldn't be able to know that and at the same time keep a straight, attentive face when people ask me the same fucking questions while I'm sitting in a chair across from them 5 times a week. Some celebrities can do that, maybe even most of them. But Blake Lively can't. She clearly can't, and she doesn't pretend to. She has to inject that offbeat humor into these moments in order to survive their mundanity. And, of course, when that happens, the people who put her on a pedestal in the first place are shocked and appalled and want to tear their golden calf down. But for me, Blake Lively is so refreshingly based that, if anything, her doing this kind of shit made me a fan of hers. Not of her career, not of her alcohol or whatever, but of her as a person because she's fucking hilarious. Holy shit, I'm a Blake Lively fan now. Just please don't ask me to watch any more of her movies, they probably all suck. Oh, and by the way, she owns a company that sells alcohol. And she doesn't drink. She rules. Guys, thanks for watching. Have anything you want to say about Blake Lively? Go ahead and post a comment that I probably won't read. It's Blake Lively. Who the fuck cares? $1 Patreon link is in the description, as are links to other videos I've made. Bye.